Here I go with me 18 minutes of rabbit, and this time's video is the Majorette Ferrari GTO, a quite little scabby individual, and as I found out later there was some oxidisation on the roof. But anyway, I actually quite like the paint job on this, so I may well look for a mint one, because I do actually quite like that. As you'll see, I had to get another one as well that was slightly better than this one, because I buffed the windscreen, and as I buffed it, it flicked across the room not to be seen again. So I've bought another windscreen. When it turns up, I've got another one of these I can build. I'll just put it back together because it's not in too bad condition. Anyway, there's the chassis, and there's the body, quite rough in itself, and you can see the oxidising in it. I didn't quite notice it because I've not got brilliant eyes, but that's the interior. That'll be changing colour. And here, we're just drilling, making sure not to go out of the bonnet. And here, we're starting to tap. It actually tapped quite well. I'm not sure whether it was this one or the upcoming Hillman imp I'm building. Dinky imp, but I snapped my tap in one of them. So I've had to buy a new tap set again because I've got through all three now. And here we go with the caustic soda strip of doom. And as you'll notice from one of my earlier videos, there's the Porsche 911 in there with it as well, because I was going to do this video as a Porsche vs Ferrari video. I may do that idea later tonight. Get another Porsche and another Ferrari. But with losing the screen and having to order a new Ferrari through the post, it delayed it, so I decided to do them as separate builds. And here the paint's gradually starting to let loose. Give it a good rub with scrubbing toothbrush and it comes off. And there's what we've ended up with. The bare casting. And here, I'm just scraping off the last remnants of the paint that didn't come off. I wouldn't scrub off, it was fairly loose, it just needed a little bit of encouragement with my O-ring tool. And here, I'm taking the wire wool to it to take out the oxidisation, and as it was at this point I discovered, oh bugger, it's quite badly pitted with oxidisation, so it was going to need some filler. And still going over it, polishing all the areas up, cleaning it and getting it nice looking, ready for paint. A nice surface as well. And it's always worth spending a little bit of time in preparation. I probably, if anything, I rushed through my preparation. And I should just hold it back and take a bit longer, because it pays dividends at a later date. And still at it with the wire wool, getting into all nooks and crannies with it and giving it a good buff up. quite an angular casting, so we're catching my fingers quite often. It's funny, some castings seem really smooth and you don't catch your fingers, and others you're catching them all the time. But hey ho, such is life. And next up, and next off the block, here we come. Is I just pour a little bit cellulose thinners on it and give it a scrub. Basically to get any crap out from the oxidisation, like oils and dirt and stuff. There it is, ready for some filler going in. And at this stage I use Umbro model filler. And a trick I do once it's on, I don't think I'll show it on this, but there is a trick I do. I'll wipe the filler on there, and then after I get liquid poly cement, the very thin stuff, the actual liquid stuff, and I do use it for thinning filler, so I can brush it on, or I'll dab a little bit on my finger and use it to smooth out the filler. I think I did do it on this, if I remember rightly. I dabbed my finger in a little bit of it and smoothed it over, but I don't think I caught it on video, so hey ho, another such is life. And next, we're starting to sand it. So it'll come up, I take it quite far down, and make it a lot smoother. First off, I'm using a rough grade there to get it into shape and look the business. I use a rough grade, and you can use progressively lower grades, but I use about, I think it's about a 6-800, and then I go right down to 1200s. You can go smoother, but there's not too much need unless you're on final coats, because it's pretty well smooth enough on 1200s for your paint to go on and still be shiny. And here I'm just going over getting fillers out of any lines I want it out of that it got into, just to tidy it up really, make it look respectable. God damn it, you've gone off screen, Faddy. There we go, starting looking a bit more respectable. Bit more in line and stuff. You might hear it, I didn't, before I started doing my voiceover, I didn't mute these two video clips, but you'll probably not notice anyway after, because I muted the rest, I'm pretty sure. And here, I'm starting on spraying, still the primer here, putting on primer. Making sure I have a decent coat of primer. Excuse me. And here I'm priming the interior, because it were black and the interior is going to be the cream tanny colour the Ferrari used with the red. And spraying like both sides. Spraying the engine bay as well, even though that's black. I'm still spraying it, because I'll repaint it black later. And here I'm doing one of my usual tricks of using nail varnish. So it was actually quite a bit thinner this than I thought it would be. Pigment wise it was sort of a clearish sort of thing, so it took quite a few coats to get it, bring the colour out. But eventually it worked quite well, but I wouldn't say it's one I'll steer clear of in future, but I'll look for others, but it can do effects anyway. Sometimes being weak and see-through is what you want. Here we are, spraying away merrily. Just getting the colour to lay on. And there you are, it's starting to come up now. Starting to look well. It's actually quite a nice red, that once it does come up. It could probably have done with going onto a white background. Use the white primer, the colour would have come up quicker. But even so, I'm still happy. It still turned out well, as you'll see in next one. I think the next one I'm laying down the lacquer on it. Any second now. I'm either laying down the lacquer or I have laid down the lacquer. Can't remember which. Oh no, I am doing. I'm putting lacquer on. There we go. It's actually, oh bloody hell. Can't think of the name now, but any polyurethane lacquer. An enamel, basically. And there, I dropped a little spot of brake fluid while I was moving stuff around. And it went, here's luck, I'd have it straight on centre of roof. So I used a bit of metal polish to get it off after it had dried for a few days. I used metal polish to buff it up and some car body polish, and luckily saved it. And here I'm drilling open a replacement car, replacement car for a windscreen. And here I decided to do the wheels gold. These came off the new car as well, because they were in better condition than the one I had. So it's had its wheels revitalised. The next one, I don't know if I find the windscreen. I may build that and put replacement wheels on it. But these actually fill the extended wheel arches well and they look good, so I don't think you'll do much better than these wheels for the car. Really, so I stuck with what I had. And here, because I've gone over a little, I'm using turpentine because I used enamels. I was using turpentine to clean the tyres. And here I'm buffing the new screen. So it's a nice shiny screen for the new build. It didn't need too much because the car was in good condition. Although it did have a bit of scratch in the front of the screen, I buffed out. And here, I'm painting the interior tab. And the steering wheel black. and the actual rear engine compartment black. And here, this is the Tamiya weathering powders. I just use it to basically dry brush the details on the engine. And here I'm going to be using a Vallejo Umber wash to bring out the detail in the cabin. Which does quite nicely, to be honest. The interior looks very nice once done with that. There I was just brushing the front bit under the bumper, well, the grille, etc. Giving that a bit of a dry brush. And here I'm painting on details such as spotlights and the lights at the front. Here I'm painting on the Ferrari GTO badge. The rear lights in silver. It's using the silver is using a Molotov marker pen. And there I'm painting in yellow, Vallejo colour, as is the black. And here I'm using clear colours such as ambers and reds for the tail lights and such, and indicators. And just as a reminder where we started, a tired looking and well beaten and well planned flare-worn Majorette GTO with worn out tampons and quite a lot of paint missing and oxidised bodywork, and really needed help. And here we have the finished result. Looking quite nice. It could do with a couple of little bits of tidying up, but in the main I think we've got there with it. Looks the dog's tanglies really, to be honest. Looking very nice in its new paint and details, more back to the factory standard. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Even better if you press the bell icon for notifications. And all it remains to say is thank you very much for watching, and thanks a lot again to my subscribers. Bye for now. Catch you in the next vid.